What are you most concerned about in the midst of this? You've been here a while. We haven't seen anything like this. What are you worried most about?
My folks, my firefighters, frostbite, hypothermia, working out in the elements, the dangerous driving conditions, trying to get to where people need us safely in a timely manner, provide the service. There's a lot of things going on right now with the water situation in town, the water pressures, fire happens. We have what we have as it relates to water pressure. So that's just completely caused by this unprecedented winter weather we've had. And so there's a lot of concerns, but first and foremost is my firefighters. That's the biggest one.
You just made an interesting and kind of scary point, Chief. So if there's a fire, water pressure is so low in so many neighborhoods non-existent. What do you do?
Well, we have to when our water supply in the city of Shreveport is the water grid system and the hydrants. So we would have to do what we can to boost that pressure. We do have some operations that we can do at the hydrant, what we call hydrant assist, to boost pressure. But that's really not going to be a really good option for us because you do need the incoming pressure from the hydrants to do that also. There are what we call water shuttle operations, which would be we'd have to call for some tanker support from some of our fire districts. They utilize tankers out in the fire district because they don't have a hydrant on every corner like we do here in Shreveport. So those are some of the things you have to modify. Last night I was praying we wouldn't have any house fire last night, and Lord answered that prayer, so I'm hoping He'll continue to answer that prayer. There's a lot of other things going on too besides just being ready for a fire. We're assisting a lot of operations across the city with other water needs and some of our hospitals and things. So there's a lot of things going on right now in multiple places in the city that all this has affected, and we're trying to assist in every way that we can, also seeking state resources to help us.
Erin had mentioned when we were talking about your coming on top of the hour news, and you can expound on this for sure, in this situation we're in right now, that the duties of your department have expanded greatly. Tell us about those. Well,
one of the biggest operations right now that we're helping in the community is trying to keep the the water chillers, that is a heated boiler system at some of our area hospitals. We're working to try to keep those at a water level they need to be at to continue heating the hospital. So we're working with Ochsner's and Willis-Knighton on some of those operations. We just, matter of fact, just got off the phone on just one of my folks came up with a great idea, and we're working on implementing that right now. But we've been as proactive as possible. When we started seeing all the water issues that was going to occur because of this weather and the temperature and things, we're very proactive about meeting with the hospitals. Yesterday I had multiple meetings with the hospital staffs and how we can help and assist them. We continue to heat the hospital. So we're continuing those operations. We also are seeking help from the state to provide some portable tanks for some of those places to keep water there continuously so they can continue operations due to the low water pressure, not being able to fill them up to where they need to be at and having the pounds per square inch pressure that they need to operate properly.
Chief Scott Wolverton, one more question that I know you're looking down the road for. When this thaws, we're going to have hundreds of homes that are going to have broken water pipes. You guys go out and help with water vacs too. Are you anticipating being really busy in a few more days?
Yes, ma'am. We're anticipating we'll probably be really busy then. Right now, when we get those calls, because of the situation that we're in and the temperatures being that they are, and we haven't reached a thawing out period, we will go out there and cut that water supply off. But we anticipate as we go into the weekend, there's probably going to be a lot of calls for service, not only residentially but industrial also. I think as we come out of this, you're probably going to see a lot of major problems with those kinds of things. We're having it at our fire stations. We have a couple of fire stations now that have had ruptures, and we've had to cut off water and things like that. So it's affected everybody. Today's weather really is worrisome. The possibility of more power outages due to the ice accumulation, it just makes things real difficult. But I'll say this, the men and women of the Shreveport Fire Department their resilience and resolve is just amazes me. I just got off the phone with our guys doing operations at the hospital, and it's just they've been doing it all night in this kind of weather. And we ask our citizens just to be patient and also just keep all of them in your prayers. So, we can
you bet.
Navigate through this and get through it the best that we possibly can.